Have you ever seen a movie where the really smart kid sits alone at lunch? Or maybe you've heard someone say, she's so smart, but she doesn't know how to talk to people. Many people think that being super smart means you can't be good with friends. But guess what? That's not true at all. Welcome to Smarter, Not Antisocial. Today we're going to talk about something important. You can be really smart and have great friends. You don't have to pick just one. By the time we're done, you'll see that making friends and being smart aren't opposite things. They actually help each other. And I'll share some easy ways you can grow your brain while also growing your friendships. So if you've ever felt like you had to choose between reading books or playing with friends, stick around. The really cool secret is the smartest people know how to do both. Let's start by talking about a story many people believe, that super smart people always work alone. We see this in movies all the time.
Leave me alone!
The genius who sits by themselves, thinking big thoughts.
Or, here's another idea that's going to be very controversial.
Like the scientist working alone in a lab, or the computer whiz typing away in a dark room all night. These stories make us think smart people don't need friends. But that's not the whole truth. Even Albert Einstein, one of the smartest people ever, had lots of friends who helped him with his ideas. He wrote letters to other scientists and talked about his thoughts with them. When he got stuck on a problem, he often asked others for help. The same is true today. When scientists make big discoveries, they almost always work in teams. When people make cool new apps or video games, they work together. Even famous writers share their stories with friends before they finish their books. Here's the truth. Most big ideas don't come from one brain working alone. They come from brains working together. This doesn't mean alone time isn't important. We all need quiet time to think. But the biggest and best ideas usually happen when we think by ourselves for a while, then share and talk with others, then go back to thinking alone again. Did you know your brain is actually built to make friends? It's true. Scientists who study brains have found something amazing. The same parts of your brain that help you solve math problems or figure out puzzles are also the parts that help you understand your friend's feelings and get along with others. Think about it. Understanding what your friend is feeling when they look sad is actually a kind of puzzle. Figuring out how to share toys fairly is a kind of problem solving. Remembering who likes what is using your memory, just like remembering math facts. Our brains grew big, not just so we could build tools or count things, but mostly so we could live in groups, make friends, work together, and understand each other. Here's something really cool. When you explain something you learned to a friend, your brain actually understands it better than if you just learned it by yourself. Teaching someone else makes your brain work harder in a good way. So being social isn't something separate from being smart. It's actually a big part of how we get smarter. When we talk about someone being smart, what do we really mean? For a long time, people thought being smart just meant being good at math or reading. But now we know there are lots of different ways to be smart. Some people are word smart. They're good with stories and explaining things. Some people are number smart. They understand patterns and can solve math problems easily. Some people are music smart, art smart, nature smart, or body smart, like being really good at sports or dancing. And yes, some people are people smart. They understand how others feel, know how to help friends feel better when they're sad, and can work well in groups. Here's the important part. These different kinds of smart don't fight with each other. They help each other grow. Being people smart can help you learn words better because you talk with different people. Being music smart can help with math because music has lots of patterns, just like numbers do. And guess what? When people work together in groups, they can solve harder problems than even the smartest person could solve alone. That's because each person brings their own kind of smart to the group. This means learning to be good with friends isn't something separate from getting smarter. It's actually part of becoming smarter in a bigger way. Think about how you learn new things. Is it always by sitting quietly by yourself? Or do you sometimes learn by talking, playing, and working with others? Teachers know a secret. We learn best when we learn together. When you talk about something you're learning, ask questions, or even disagree about ideas, your brain gets more active. It's like exercise for your thinking. This is why talking about a book you read is so helpful, or why playing counting games with friends helps with math, or why science class often has you work in groups. Even grown-up scientists don't just read books by themselves. They go to meetings where they share ideas, ask each other questions, and solve problems together. Online, people make groups about things they love to learn, like coding, art, music, or stories. In these groups, they share what they know and all get smarter together. So if you want to get really good at something, yes, you need to practice by yourself sometimes, but you also need to connect with others who love the same things. They'll help you see mistakes you missed, think of new ideas you didn't consider, and keep going when things get hard. Learning with others doesn't slow down your brain. It helps your brain grow faster. Now let's talk about how you can be both super smart and great with friends. Here are some simple ideas anyone can try. Find friends who love learning. 2. Look for friends who ask interesting questions. Join clubs about things you love, like science club, book club, or art club. Don't worry if someone thinks your interests are weird. The right friends will think they're cool. Learn how to talk about big ideas. Practice explaining things in simple ways. Ask questions when you don't understand something. It's okay to say, I don't know, or I never thought about that before. Listen carefully, even when you disagree. Learn together. Start a study group. Teach something you learned to a friend. Ask for help when you're stuck. Use video calls to learn with faraway friends. Know when to be alone and when to be together. It's okay to need quiet thinking time. Share your ideas after thinking alone. Notice what you learn better alone and what you learn better with friends. Take breaks when needed, but don't stay alone too long. Be a good friend. Pay attention to feelings. Never make others feel bad for not knowing. Share excitement and listen too. Remember, everyone is smart in different ways. Sometimes it can be tricky to be both smart and good with friends. Let's talk about some common problems and what to do about them. If you're shy. If big groups make you nervous, start small. Try talking one-on-one with just one friend about something you both like. Remember that many super smart people feel shy too. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. Practice small talks each day, and it will get easier over time. If you know lots about something, others don't. If you love dinosaurs or space or bugs more than your friends do, that's okay. Learn to explain your favorite things in ways that make them interesting to others. And also take time to learn about what they love. Being smart isn't just about knowing your favorite subjects. It's also about being curious about what others know. If you get frustrated when others don't understand. Sometimes it's hard when you understand something quickly, but others don't. Remember that everyone learns differently. Taking time to help someone else understand actually makes your brain stronger, and there are probably things they understand that you find hard. If you feel nervous talking to people, if talking to others makes you worried, start in places where it's easier, like a class about something you love, or a club with clear rules about what you'll be doing. It's just like learning to swim or ride a bike. You start in the shallow end, or with training wheels, and it gets easier with practice. If you're too busy, if you feel like you don't have time for both learning and friends, look for ways to do both together. Walk with a friend while you talk about interesting ideas. Join a club where you make things together. Remember that spending time with friends isn't wasted time. It helps your brain grow in important ways. No matter what makes it hard for you, remember that being good with people is a skill you can learn, just like reading or math. You get better with practice. We started by asking, do you have to choose between being smart or having great friends? Now we know you don't. History's biggest thinkers had strong friendships. Our brains are built to be both smart and social. We even learn better when we connect with others. We explored simple ways to grow your mind and your friendships, what to do when it's hard, and why it matters for your whole life. So here's my question. What's one small thing you could do this week to share something you're learning with a friend? The truth is, amazing people do both. Grow their minds and their friendships. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share it with a friend.